Hi guys! So, on Friday in the story we read that the kids and all the folk from the faraway tree were saved from Giant Land, and Connie was obviously being a naughty girl and she said, I'm never going there again. But do you think she's going to go back? Well, let's find out. Mother wasn't very pleased to see how dirty, ink-spotted and ragged Connie's clothes were when she came back with the others. I shan't let you go with the others to the faraway tree again if you can't keep yourself cleaner than this, she said crossly. Connie was not used to being talked to like this, and she burst into tears. The children's mother popped Connie's clothes into the wash tub and said, Tomorrow you will iron and mend these clothes, Connie. Stop that noise, or I shall send you to bed without any supper. All the children were tired and fell asleep as soon as their heads touched the pillow. When Connie woke up, she remembered all that had happened the day before, and wondered if she could possibly have dreamt it. It seemed so strange when she thought about it. Are we going to go to the faraway tree today again? She asked Joe when they were all at breakfast. Joe shook his head. No, we've got lots of work to do, and anyway, you didn't like it, or the people there, so we shall go alone. Connie looked as if she was going to burst into tears. Then she remembered that tears didn't seem to bother anyone here, and she blinked them away. What land will be at the top of the tree this week? She asked. Dunno, said Joe. Anyway, we're not going, Connie. We've had enough travelling this week. The next 2 days it rained so hard that Mother wouldn't let the children go out. They heard nothing from their friends in the faraway tree. The next day shone sunny, and the sky was a lovely blue. As if it had been washed clean by all the rain, said Franny. Let's go to the enchanted wood. May we, Mother? Well, okay, I think so, said Mother. I badly want a new saucepan, a nice little one for boiling milk. Could you maybe ask the saucepan man to sell me one? Here is the money. Oh, lovely, said Bessie, overjoyed at the thought of visiting the faraway tree folk again. We'll go this morning. I'm going too, said Connie. You're not, said Joe. You're going to stay at home like a good girl and help Mother. You'll like that. Indeed I shan't, said Connie. Don't be mean. Take me with you. Well, it's no fun to take you, said Joe. You haven't any manners, and you don't do what you're told, and people don't like you. You're far better at home. Anyway, you don't believe in anything in the enchanted wood, so why would you want to come? Because I don't want to be left out, wailed Connie. Let me come. I'll be good. I'll have nice manners. I'll like everyone. Well, you won't go in that nice little dress, said Joe's mother firmly. I'm not going to have you spoil another. If you go, you must borrow an old cotton dress of Franny's. They're rather patched, but it doesn't matter. Connie didn't want to wear Franny's old dress, but she went to put it on. She couldn't bear being left out, and if the others were going off to the wood, she felt she really must go too. Soon she came back again in Franny's old washed-out dress. You look sensible now, said Joe. Very sensible. It won't even matter if you go down the slippery slip without a cushion again. That material won't wear out in a hurry. Come on, everyone. They set off, Joe jingling the money for the saucepan in his shorts pocket. They jumped over the ditch and landed in the enchanted wood. At once, everything seemed magic and different. Connie felt excited again. She was longing to see Moonface, who, since he had rescued her from the land of marvels, seemed to be her real-life hero. They came to the faraway tree. It was so hot that the children didn't feel like climbing up. We'll go up on cushions, said Joe. We'll send the red squirrel up to tell Moonface to send down some ropes. He whistled a little tune, and the red squirrel popped out of his hole. Your jersey is getting so holy you won't be able to keep it on soon, he said. Oh, sorry, Bessie said, your jersey is getting so holy you won't be able to keep it on soon. I know, said the squirrel, but I don't know how to knit. I'll knit it for you one day, said Bessie. I'm a good knitter. Now, squirrel, go on up to Moonface's. There's a deer, and ask him to send down 4 cushions on ropes. It's really too hot to climb up today. The red squirrel bounded up the tree as light as a feather, his plummy tail waving behind him. The children sat down and waited, watching the strange little folk that trotted up and down the big tree, going about their business. Soon there came a rustling of leaves, and down through the branches came 4 fat cushions tied firmly to ropes. "Here we are," said Joe, jumping up. "Moonface has been jolly quick. Choose a cushion, Connie, and sit on it. Hold the rope tightly, give it 3 jerks, and up you'll go." It was exciting. Connie sat on the big soft cushion, held on to the rope, and gave it 3 tugs. The rope was hauled up from above, and Connie went swinging upwards between the branches. She saw the tree was growing apricots that day. She wondered if they were ripe. She picked one, and it was most deliciously sweet and juicy. She thought she'd pick another, but by that time the tree was growing acorns, which was most disappointing. Soon everyone was on the broad branch outside Moonface's house. He was there with Mr. What's-his-name, pulling hard at the ropes. "Hello," said Mr. What's-his-name, beaming at the children. "Haven't seen you all in a long time." "You've always been asleep when we've come here," said Joe. "What's-his-name, this is Connie." "Ah, how do you do?" said What's-his-name. "Is this the little girl Saucepan was telling me about? She doesn't look so dirty and ragged as he said." "Well," began Connie indignantly, "fancy Saucepan saying—" "Now don't lose your temper," said Joe. "After all, you did look dirty and ragged the other day." "Where is Saucepan?" "Moonface. I wanted to buy something from him." "He's gone up into the land of the top of the tree," said Moonface. "He heard that there was an old friend of his there, little Miss Muffet, and he wanted to go and see her. She once gave him some curds and whey when he was very hungry, and he had never forgotten it. It was the only time in his life he had ever tasted curds and whey." "Oh," said Joe. "Well, what land is up there this week then?" "The land of nursery rhyme," said Moonface. "So What's-his-name says anyway. You went up, didn't you, What's-his-name, and saw little Tommy Tucker and little Jack Horner?" "Yes," said What's-his-name. "Quite an interesting land. All sorts of friendly people there." "Let's go up and find Saucepan," said Bessie. "It would be fun. It's quite a harmless land, that's plain. Goodness knows how long Saucepan will be up there with little Miss Muffet. Maybe he's feasting on curds and whey again, and won't be back for days." "Oh, do let's go," said Connie. "And Moonface, dear Moonface, you come too." "Don't call me dear Moonface," said Moonface. "You're not a friend of mine yet." "Oh," said Connie, who was so used to being fussed and spoiled by everyone that she couldn't understand anybody not liking her. "I think it would rather be fun to go up and see the nursery rhyme people," said Joe. "Come on, let's go now. We could get a saucepan from the old saucepan while we're there and take it back with us." "Well, come along then, come along," said Moonface, and led the way up the topmost branch of the tree. One by one they climbed it, came to the little ladder that led through the cloud, and found themselves in yet another land. "The land of the nursery rhyme folk," said Bessie, looking round. "Well, we ought to know most of the people here, though they won't know us. I wonder where Saucepan is. He could introduce us to everyone." "We'll ask where little Miss Muffet lives," said Moonface. "Look, that must be Jack Horner over there carrying a pie." "Ask him where Miss Muffet is," said Franny. So they went over to where a fat little boy was about to make a hole in his pie with his thumb. "Please, where's Miss Muffet?" asked Joe. "Over the other side of the hill," said Jack Horner, pointing with a juicy thumb. "Look out for her spider. He's pretty fierce today." Right, guys, you remember the story of little Miss Muffet? She had a spider. Do you remember that? So, tomorrow we're going to find out what sort of adventures they get up to in the land of nursery rhymes. I'll see you then. Bye.